Now, the collection of presidential nomination forms in the two leading political parties is stirring up a lot of dark horses and indications that the emergence of the presidential candidates may take a surprising turn. One of the names touted is CBN Governor Godwin EMefiele, and those rooting for his emergence insist his efficient management of the Central Bank of Nigeria reflects the fact that he will be able to handle the bigger task of managing Nigeria. Ahmed reports.
The heavily criticized decision of the All Progressives Congress to peg the cost of its presidential form at 100 million naira, those who have indicated interest in running for president have almost hit 30. So far, 12 aspirants have purchased the presidential nomination form, but one name has been raising a lot of controversy: Godwin EMefiele. There's no gainsaying the fact that the Central Bank of Nigeria under Godwin EMefiele has become more humane, intervening in situations that directly affect the common man. Some experts have termed the people-oriented policies under which the CBN has operated in the last 7 years economic nationalism. Currently, the CBN has 37 intervention funds targeted at stimulating the economy and addressing the issue of unemployment. The Anchor Borrower Scheme in particular has recorded tremendous success. These are successes that are enough to justify his emergence as a presidential aspirant, and in the past few weeks some groups have been pushing for his involvement in the 2023 presidential race under the platform of the All Progressives Congress. A group of associates have even gone ahead and picked a nomination form for him, raising 100 million naira in the process and promising to raise even more to support his campaign. But Mr. EMefiele's emergence has raised a lot of questions, with many challenging the propriety of his throwing his hat in the ring while still a serving civil servant and governor of the country's apex bank. Former Vice President of the World Bank, Dr. Oby Ezekwesili, is one of those who believes Mr. EMefiele should resign immediately. She says in a tweet, "The governor of Central Bank of Nigeria at same bank must now immediately tender his resignation to stop further destroying whatever little remains of the country's monetary policy reputation. Mr. EMefiele should immediately leave tonight to pursue his ill-fated political career." The Southwest Governors Forum is also not comfortable with Mr. EMefiele's seeming emergence, describing it as an act, if unchecked timeously, portends great danger to the fragile economy of the country. It insists that should Mr. EMefiele proceed to submit the forms while occupying seat as governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, he will be contravening the Public Service Rules, the CBN Act, and the 1999 Constitution as amended.
Well, let's take it to Oyo State, where the governor, Seyi Makinde, has urged those responsible for reconciling members of the People's Democratic Party in the Southwest to ensure they speak truth to power in the course of their assignment. The governor made the appeal when the Special Reconciliation Committee, led by Eyitayo Jegede, visited him at his office in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Our correspondent, Olaide Oyewole, reports.
The three general election is already at the corner, and every political party is determined to get into the polls as a united force. Hence, reconciling all differences has now become non-negotiable. This is why the People's Democratic Party set up a special reconciliation committee with the responsibility of solving the crisis in the Lagos and Osun State chapter of the party.
We don't get...
Governor of Oyo State, while receiving the committee led by Eyitayo Jegede, said it was necessary to resolve the crisis in the two chapters to ensure that the party goes into the next elections as one family.
If we don't get the people together, it's just a case of a house divided against itself, you know. You won't be able to stand. So you should actually move really fast on Osun to see what you can do out there. But one thing that I will advise is please, don't be afraid to speak truth to power. Yes, the National Working Committee puts this reconciliation committee together for you to go into those places. If you
Osun State gubernatorial election is scheduled to hold on the 16th of July, and an immediate end to the disagreement in the state is expected to ensure the party comes out successful at the end of the polls.
So also our distinguished candidates in Osun. Again, Lagos is very critical, and we found out that majorly what has accounted for seeming non-progress of PDP in some of the states is lack of cohesion. The division and the gap is widening, and we don't want that to continue. Otherwise, the other side will take advantage of it. So we are here principally under assignment.
The committee had earlier had its inaugural meeting at the Southwest Zonal Office of the party in Ibadan, with members of the Zonal Working Committee in attendance. Oby Ezekwesili, TVC News, Ibadan.
Now, it is believed that women are underrepresented at all levels of decision-making, and achieving gender equality in politics is quite far off. Now, a group of women known as Involving Women in Politics is making efforts to sensitize the public on the role of women in nation building.
The saying that opinion is free and fact are sacred is explicit in the lecture that is organized by this group. The focus is to change the narrative that Muslim women should not be in the limelight, even in leadership.
Islam does not hinder women not to be part of society, governance and leadership. In the time of the Prophet ﷺ, women also carried arms to go to war with the men when there was a need for it. In our society right now, women are vilified. Lately, I read on the social media pages about women sleeping with dogs. You can see that every time there's a society degradation, it normally targets the woman.
Whatever it is you give a woman, she multiplies. If you give us the leadership, we're going to end up giving you a very good quality leadership is what is going to come out of us. But if you don't even give us the chance, the opportunity to try, you're not going to get anything.
The chief speaker explored how righteous women can impact on the society. He urged them to make their views count in the country's decision-making process.
Women has a lot of advantages in order to gather each of one of them together for the purpose of maybe moving society to the righteous way.
Interestingly, the Quran attests to the importance of women.
The cleric also said that a whole chapter in the Quran is being dedicated to women. That is to say that the women are of importance just as the men.
If sensitizations as this yield desired result, there will be significant improvement in the involvement of women in societal development, and perhaps that will strengthen the country's journey to sustainable growth.